So I just came across this project that lets you run Claude Desktop natively on Linux. Isn't that wild?
Seriously, that's super interesting. I mean, Linux users often have to rely on workarounds like Wine or virtualization.
Right? And this is actually repackaging the Windows app into Debian and RPM packages. It's like a game changer for Linux users.
But wait, doesn't that mean it's not officially supported by Anthropic? That could lead to some potential issues, right?
Good point, they do mention it's unofficial, so users might be on their own if things go south.
Exactly, and if there's a problem, users are directed to GitHub instead of Anthropic's support. That's a big leap of faith.
Totally, they even have a troubleshooting command like claude-desktop-debian to check for common issues.
That's pretty clever. It feels like they're trying to help users self-diagnose. But how effective is that really?
It's a decent start, but I wonder if the diagnosis is comprehensive enough. What if it misses something critical?
Yeah, and given that it runs on different backends like bubble wrap for isolation, how effective is that at securing user data?
It's a namespace sandbox, but if users choose the host backend, there's no isolation at all. That's risky.
Exactly. I mean, why would anyone opt for that unless they really know what they're doing?
It's like walking a tightrope. You need to balance convenience with security.
And the KVM backend is non-functional for now. That's a major drawback for users wanting VM capabilities.
True, it's like they're holding back on a potential feature that many Linux users would love.
What about the installation process? I saw they have multiple methods depending on the distribution.
Yeah, they recommend using apt for Debian/Ubuntu users. It's pretty straightforward, but not everyone is on those distros.
Right, and for Fedora RHEL, they suggest DNF. But what if you're on something less common?
That's where it gets tricky. They do provide app images and even an AUR package for Arch, which is cool.
Yeah, but app images can be hit or miss with compatibility. Have you noticed how some apps just refuse to run smoothly?
Totally, but if it works, it's like having a portable version of the app. That's a plus.
That's true. You can just download and run it without installing. But what about updates?
They've made it clear that future updates will integrate with the system's package manager, which is a big deal.
Definitely. It makes keeping the app current so much easier. Though I wonder how often those updates will really come.
That's the million-dollar question. I mean, it's a lot of work to keep up with updates on Linux.
And what about the user experience? They mention global hotkey support and tray integration.
Sounds great for productivity, but if the integration isn't smooth, it could be frustrating.
Exactly. Nobody wants to fumble with hotkeys that don't work as expected. It can ruin the workflow.
And the screenshots look good, but we know looks can be deceiving. How it performs is key.
Absolutely. Plus, if users encounter bugs, it won't matter how good it looks.
Right? It really hinges on community support, especially since it's unofficial.
Exactly. The acknowledgement section is pretty extensive, showing how collaborative this project is.
That's true. It's great to see many contributors stepping up to improve it.
But here's the challenge. If one contributor leaves, how does that impact the project?
That's a fair concern, so much rides on the community's ongoing engagement.
And let's not forget the licensing, MIT and Apache too. Is that a good mix for open source projects?
It's a solid choice for flexibility and collaboration, but it can lead to fragmentation too.
True, it can be a double-edged sword. With so many forks, how do users find the best version?
Exactly, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. It can be overwhelming.
So to wrap it all up, this project has potential but also loads of uncertainties.
Definitely, it's a fascinating case study in community-driven software, but will it hold up?
Right? It'll be interesting to watch how this evolves and what the user feedback reveals.
For sure, and it'll be exciting to see if they can tackle the challenges ahead.
Exactly. Let's keep an eye on it and see if it becomes a go-to for Linux users.